Alright guys, we're heading down to Rockingham for round 3 of DriftCup. Now if you didn't see round 1 and round 2, I'll give you a quick recap. Round 1 we qualified in 29th I think it was, or 30th, out of like 60 or 70 people, and you've got to get in top 32 to progress into the battle stage, so we only just scraped through. Then we won the top 32 battle, won the top 16 battle, and then went out in the top 8. Round 2, pretty similar story, qualified 20th, so it was an improvement over round 1. And then went through top 32, top 16, and then got knocked out in top 8 again. So this round, we're back at Rockingham, like I say, very similar layout to the one that we did, or the practice day that we did at Rockingham last week. It will be slightly different, there'll be more clipping points, different places, and also a few more walls. So, heading down to the hotel now. Normally we get a Saturday, like full day of practice, and then a couple of hours on Sunday morning practice, and then the competition Sunday afternoon. This one, however, we've only got a couple of hours practice on the Sunday morning and then the competition Sunday afternoon. So it's quite lucky that we did do that practice day the other day on a very similar layout, so me and Luke have at least got some idea. I don't think it's going to help that much because, like I say, there's going to be more clipping points in different places and more walls and all that stuff, so it's not really going to feel like the exact same track. We will still have to sort of relearn where to transition and all that stuff. But yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I feel like there's a little bit more pressure on me this time because I did make it to top 8 on the last two, which, like, the first one I thought was just a fluke, and then the second one got to top 8 again. So now I'm kind of like, if I don't get very far, like if I get knocked out in the first battle or don't even make it to battles, I'm going to be quite bummed, but whatever, we'll see how things go. I'll do a little animation voiceover thing again for you guys now that'll show you like the qualifying line and the clipping points and everything that they want us to hit, so you've got some idea what we're going for and you'll kind of know as much as I do at this point. So yeah, let's play that now. Okay, here's a rough idea of the layout and all the clipping points, and I'll go through the line that they've said they wanted to see from us, which this is for qualifying, and also for the lead runs in battles, this is the exact same line that they want you to run as well. Right, so we're starting down here at these gates, and unlike most drift layouts, we're starting on the inside of the first corner. So the lead car will start on the inside, chase car on the outside. So we head down this straight, and the judges have said they want to see an opposite flick entry. So even though we are starting on the right hand side, they still want to see like a weight transfer, flick to the left, and then transition back into this first clipping point, which, although they said is not a wall clipping point, there is a concrete wall there. That's what that black line next to the red dot represents. And although they said it's not a wall run clipping point, like that wall is purely there sort of for safety reasons, it's not there as sort of part of the track layout, it was still fairly close. Like that clipping point was still fairly close to the wall. So I'll tell you now, like I'm recording this after the event, a lot of us struggled with getting that first clipping point because you were having to just transition straight towards a solid wall, which was a little bit scary. They mentioned in the briefing after lunch that like probably 50 or 60% of the drivers weren't really getting that first clipping point right. So yeah, not just me that found that a little bit daunting, I don't think. But anyway, assuming you get somewhere near that, you then run around the outside to clip 2, which is just a normal outside clipping point. In fact, all of these clipping points on this layout were outside clips. So there's no inside clipping points. All of these are where you have to get your rear wheels through, not your front wheels. So yeah, this second clip, there was no walls or anything, you just hit that with your rear wheels and then carry on. And they said you can run a kind of mid-line from that one to clip 3 because the track does start to sort of straighten up a little bit there. It's not like a constant radius bend the whole way around. So you might have to dial off a little bit of angle there, they said, to make it to clip 3. And once you've hit clip 3, just flat out all the way around the outside to clip 4, crossing over the track that we already came down for the entry. And then from clip 4 to clip 5, again, just staying right around the outside, flat out. Then lifting off at clip 5 to transition pretty quickly into clip 6, which again is on that same concrete wall. In reality, it was sort of just after the concrete wall, but it was still kind of a similar thing of being quite scary, just lobbing it sideways straight towards that wall when transitioning, trying to get the back of your car into that clipping zone without hitting your car on the wall. Then from clip 6 to clip 7 was just straightforward, run around the outside of the track, no walls or anything to deal with there. Then staying around the outside from clip 7 to clip 8, which did have a tyre wall near it, but kind of just because of the trajectory that you were on, there wasn't really any danger of hitting that. Then another quick transition from there to clip 9, which did have another little tyre wall on it actually, which I've not included in the diagram, but yeah, there was a small tyre wall there I think. And then just staying around the outside to the last 2 clips, which these ones were wall run clips. So these did have solid concrete walls on them, and basically the wall was the clipping point pretty much. Now, they don't want you to smash your car up, they're not saying you have to hit the wall, but the clipping point, basically, if you're going to get your rear wheels through the clipping point, your back end of your car is going to be very, very close to the wall, and in some cases, hitting it. But like I say, you don't have to hit the wall. As long as your rear wheels are in the clipping box that's painted on the floor, you've still kind of got that clip. But you know, the deeper you get into the clip, kind of the more points you get generally, but the deeper you go on those clips, the more chance there is of smashing the back end on the wall. So yeah, once you've hit the last clip, which is clip 11, just pretty much straighten up, and then that's the finish line. Right, hopefully I did a good job of explaining that. I don't know, I haven't filmed or animated it yet, but hopefully you guys know what we're going for now, and you know as much as me, like I say. So yeah, I'm just going to head down to the hotel now. I've got like another hour or so to go, so there's not really much else to say. I will cut straight to qualifying practice tomorrow morning. Alright guys, we've just done a few laps of practice. We've got about another 2.5 hours left. You get a fair amount of runs in, to be fair, like the queue isn't too ridiculous. This side is for the chase car, that side's for the lead car. The entry I'm struggling with because they want us to do a flick, like a really quick flick and then into a wall basically, which I'm kind of struggling with. But yeah, so I'm just going to go in the chase position now and just leave a bit of a gap just so I can practice the entry without worrying about someone trying to follow me. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. But it just freaks me out when I don't. Like I need to just give it a little tap just to kind of, I don't know, just to stabilise the car a bit and just to extend it out a little bit and just scrub off a tiny bit of speed. I don't know, it just, I need to learn to do it without it, but I'm struggling. Whether to try chase this guy or just practice my lead runs. Maybe we should try chase. I've not actually done any chasing yet. Completely fucked the second corner, but the rest of it was okay. I don't know what I was doing with that transition. that was a battle out of one, even though I did shit on the first half. But yeah, I kind of fucked myself up on initiation. I was like, I'll be brave and try to go like real close on entry, but then I thought he was going to spin or he slowed down a bit or something, and I just had to back off, and then it just fucked the rest of the corner for me. I need to learn to like handle those situations a bit better. With like the dive on initiation, shit myself a bit, but I'm happy with how it turned out. And then I just, it's weird because last time we were doing this layout the other week, that was my favourite bit, was that dive on the first transition basically. So after the long first corner, the next transition, I was getting good at sort of diving in there, whereas this time I'm really struggling with that bit. And I think that was probably the last practice run. We might squeeze one more in. But yeah, it's going to be weird chasing people. I feel okay for qualifying, but for battles, I don't know, it's going to be a bit up in the air really. Right, this is definitely the last practice run before qualifying. Unfortunately, I'm in the chase lane. It wasn't really intentional. I say unfortunately because I feel like I need to practice my lead run a lot more than my chase run, but whatever, we'll chase this guy, see what happens. Better at that transition. It just fucks me. But yeah, that was the last practice run, so let's forget about shit chase driving and concentrate on shit lead runs. Right guys, we're about to go do our first qualifying run. Let's see how this goes. As usual, I'm just going to kind of wing it. Like, I don't know, I've just put brand new tyres on, so that's going to be a bit annoying because they're not going to be the exact same sort of grip level to what I'm used to. Do a little burnout. Get some heat into them and see how this goes. handbrake on the last transition when I haven't been doing that all day. It's just a bit of a kind of confidence thing, I think, just like make sure it definitely rotates around and goes exactly where I want it to go. Like smoking in now. But yeah, that felt alright. Not a great entry really, a bit too much handbrake again. A little bit shallow off a couple of clips, but overall it was alright. Like, hopefully that'll be just enough to sort of scrape through, even if I don't do any better on the second run, but we will see. Right, we're going out for qualifying run number 2, numero 2. Is that right? Yeah, numero 2. My French is obviously just as bad as my drifting, but we will carry on trying to do both. What's this guy doing? He's driving around in circles, mate. I think he knows. I think he knows. I don't really know why people do that. I'm assuming it's to like warm the diff up, but yeah, I don't really get it personally. And it stalled, because that's what it does. That wasn't me that stalled, it just cut out again.
I know, it's just really funny.
Fucking shit. Like, you know, earlier he just did it like not doing a donut but just driving around in figure eights. Why do people do that?
Front tyres.
Oh. Ah, nothing to do with the diff.
Yeah, they do that to warm up the fronts.
If
you ever watch Frederick Arsbo in Formula Drift?
Yeah.
When he's going up to the grid, he'll put it on full lock, going straight forwards and just plough on.
I thought it was to maybe like loosen the diff up or something because you're doing like real tight turns.
It's all about getting the heat in the fronts, that.
Oh, okay. Alright, so here we are, qualifying run number 2. It's been so long since we've been on track, I can't even remember what to do. So, yeah, wing it as usual. I literally can't remember how hard to flick it on the first corner or anything. Forgot what to do on the first corner. Like I say, you just sat there for so long, just like I've been out just watching everyone else for like the last 40 minutes, just completely out of the sort of mindset of like actually doing anything, and then yeah, you get to you run and you just forget. It's just completely, yeah, that was the most retarded thing I've done all day, but whatever, it is what it is. I just completely forgot what I was doing basically. Hopefully the first one was enough to get us through, because that one definitely wasn't. Alright guys, we qualified in 15th place, which is pretty good. Yep. And we're going against this BMW. I've completely forgotten what to do again. Pretty well. Like I couldn't hear him or anything, but then in the last corner he was right there and everyone was clapping, so I think maybe he did like a really good chase run. I don't know. At least I didn't completely fuck up the entry this time though. That's good. Oh god, I feel like I've probably dived straight back into that, like I was not prepared for that at all. It turned out alright, so I'm happy enough with that. was fucking going off there. I don't know how that went really. No idea, we might be going out there. Oh, we went, cool. Cool, I was really not sure that was going to go because that chase run of mine was a bit all over the place. I think it just depends how he did in the chase run. My lead run was okay, so I think it just depended all on what he did in the chase run. But cool, we're through to top 16. Happy with that. Right, so we made it through the top 32 battle, as you've just seen. We're now going against this Subaru that you probably can't see. Maybe you can see it in my wing mirror there, I don't know. But it's silver Subaru, which in practice, I saw him do a couple of runs and he didn't look that great. And then he just pulled it out of the bag for qualifying. Like, he did 2 amazing qualifying runs and got 2nd place in qualifying. So I'm a little bit like wary of, like, how's he going to be? Like, is he going to be really good like he was in qualifying, or is he going to be a bit sketchy like he was in practice? So a little bit kind of unsure. Because he qualified higher than me, he's going to lead first. So we're going to be chasing first. I think I actually prefer leading first now. I used to prefer it the other way around, but yeah, I think I actually prefer leading first. But for this one we're chasing first, so we'll let this battle finish and then warm up the tyres with some cheeky burnouts, and then just have to dive onto his door and hope for the best, I guess. About that because has he broken something? Ah, shit. Okay, I'm not glad about that. Fuck. I thought he just made a mistake. It was a little bit sketchy on the first corner, but he was getting away from me like I was fucked if nothing went wrong for him there. Alright, that guy couldn't get his drive shaft fixed in time, unfortunately, so we get an automatic sort of win on that one. Bit of a shame to win like that, but these things happen. So yeah, we're now into top 8 again somehow. We're going against Dave Bastin, who is very good. He came 3rd in the last round, I think 3rd, yeah. And he's just beaten Andy Frost, who is also very good. So I'm not really fancying my chances here, but at least I can count on him to like do a good lead line for me to follow, so I can go a bit more. I can kind of go a bit more balls out, I guess. But yeah, I think I'll be very surprised if I end up winning this one. That's not going to be enough to beat him. I don't know what was going on with the steering on the first corner as well. Something just felt really off there. The whole way, he's won that easily. A bit of a shame, but whatever. I knew it. He's laughing. He's having fun. Well, that was decent. Like, at least I didn't make any massive mistakes, I guess. It was just something just really threw me on that first corner with the steering. But, it was fine for the rest of it, so I can't blame that for the rest of it or anything. It just yeah, one of those weird sort of feeling things, but whatever. That was top 8 again, so I'll take that. I've got to figure out what was making that knocking noise, but it stopped on the second one, so I guess it was probably just a bit of debris or whatever on the tyres. But yeah, we're gonna go load up now, and well, we're gonna go watch everyone else, because obviously everyone else does. Yeah, I'll go watch everyone else and watch the final like 4 battle, and then yeah, I'll probably film something when I get home. Alright, another successful day of DriftCup really, another top 8, can't complain about that. It was a pretty good day overall. I'm kind of disappointed with my performance in the final battle against Dave, but like I know I could do a lot better in the chase position. I just kind of went back to just doing like what I'm comfortable with rather than trying to push myself at all. Like I had much better chase runs in practice than I did in any of my battles really, which is always a bit of a shame, but I don't know, I think it's just partly just like the pressure gets to you, and partly I was just not really with it in the afternoon. I don't know why, I was just a bit tired and just a bit like, I mean, you saw that second qualifying one, what the fuck was that? That was shocking. So yeah, from that point onwards pretty much, I was just a bit, I don't know, just not really in the right mindset, not really very focused, and just kind of, just sort of relying on just like reflexes and instinct really to kind of do it all rather than actually thinking about it. So, but like it wasn't that bad. I'm not saying I was completely out of it. I was just, yeah, next time maybe just like neck a Red Bull or something before the battles start, just to kind of keep me awake. But yeah, like I still feel like it was a good day. I always feel like I kind of learned something new on every round of DriftCup. Like I think I've progressed more in 3 rounds of DriftCup than I would do in like 10 normal practice days, because it just pushes you to try things that you wouldn't normally try. Like if you're anything like me, you just kind of on a practice day just stick doing what you know, like you just stay in your comfort zone, and like yeah, you get better because you're just practicing the same thing and you're getting slightly better at it. But I don't know, on DriftCup days, like the first round, I remember they said like they want us to just be flat out from the start line to the first corner, which sounds like an obvious and easy thing to do, but on practice days I would normally sort of like just like flat out in the first gear and then sort of half throttle in second gear, then back off a bit just before the corner just to lose a bit of speed, because like at the end of the day it's scary going like as fast as you possibly can into a corner where you know you're about to throw it sideways. Like it does take a bit of commitment to do that. So in the first round of DriftCup they were like, right, you're going to lose points if you're not flat out from the start line to the initiation. So that kind of pushed me to just do that, and now I'm like, it doesn't even bother me at all. I'm like, well, of course you'd be flat out, but I remember before the first round of DriftCup that I wasn't. Then on the second round, they were saying that they wanted us to do like these big flick entries, which again I'd never really done before then, so that pushed me to learn that. And then on this third round, it was again with the sort of flick entries, but just a slightly different technique, at least for me. Like the way I've normally done those flick entries is to kind of like swing all the way across to one side of the track and then do the flick, because you've sort of built up some momentum in that direction, and then you flick hard left or whatever, and it kind of kicks the back end out if you do a clutch kick as well. But on this one, we were already starting on the side of the track where I would normally swing over to. So I had to learn to be a lot more aggressive with the actual steering and the clutch kick side of it, rather than relying on sort of swinging the weight to one side first, if that makes any sense. I think you can tell from the in-car footage that I was like being way more sort of aggressive with the steering to get it to flick. The only thing was then, because of that solid concrete wall, it's quite scary doing the flick and then just letting it slide back all the way towards the solid wall. Like the clipping point wasn't right on the wall, but it was very close. Like there was not a lot of room for error if you were trying to get deep into the clipping point. If you got that a little bit wrong, you were going to hit the wall. Someone did, or 2 people did, I think. 2 people smashed into the concrete wall. So yeah, it's definitely something to kind of be wary of and kind of put me off a bit. But yeah, felt like I was getting pretty close to the other 2 walls on the end of the track, thanks to Bryn for kind of pointing out, like Bryn was there spotting for us. And he was saying over the radios, he was like, no, you could get closer to the wall. Even when I thought I was about to hit it, he was like, no, you could get closer. You could get closer on like the last 2 clipping points. So I sort of pushed myself, and yeah, on some of them I was literally like braced for an impact. I was like, oh, I'm going to hit it, but then it was fine. And he was like, yep, that was perfect. You got like all the way into the clipping zone, didn't hit the wall, but you were very close. That was perfect. So yeah, big thank you to him for helping us out and pointing out the mistakes we were making, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure there's a lot else to say about it other than that, really. Like I said, like I just need to get a bit more confident and a bit more focused when I'm chasing, and yeah, just keep practicing that, really. I think I feel comfortable enough now with like my lead runs and qualifying runs. They're not perfect, don't get me wrong, there's still stuff I can improve, definitely. But yeah, I feel comfortable enough to qualify at most rounds now. It's just getting better at the chase runs, really, and just being a bit more ballsy on the first corner and just thinking about it a bit more. But yeah, the next round is going to be at Teesside in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. That's probably the hardest track on the calendar, I would say. That's going to be a tough one. And I think there'll be a big separation in like people's sort of ability there. So hopefully we're at the top end of that, but I don't know, we'll see. Then also before then, I'm going all the way to Scotland to Driftland for STL, which is in like 2 days' time. We literally did DriftCup yesterday, and then in 2 days' time driving all the way to Scotland and doing the STL event there. And I'm not sure what to expect from that, because last time I did Driftland, both times I was in the GT86, which has got a fair bit more power and a lot more steering angle than the 350. So I'm not sure how it's going to go in the 350. But we'll find out soon, I guess. There'll be a full video from that. It's like a 2-day event, so there should be plenty of fun drifting there. But yeah, I will see you in that video, or the DriftCup one. No, the STL one will be out first, so I'll see you there.